Hello and welcome to the eFresh.com Dairy News. My name is Mylène and these are this week's headlines. Farmers block roads over milk prices. Fonterra says it is not to blame for fall. MP urges help for dairy farmers. China gets over tainted milk scandal. Farm Union backs dairy farmers. Belgian dairy farmers blocked two major roads into France with tractors on Monday in protest against falling milk prices, as European Union agriculture ministers met to debate the problem. Trucks were unable to pass the barriers, while cars had managed slowly to get through. European farmers have staged several months of protest demanding support through financial aid or by limiting supplies as dairy prices collapse due to low demand. The European Commission has announced limited aid but has refused to go back on a decision to scrap milk quotas. Last week, the Commission decided to extend for 6 months a scheme under which producers who cannot sell butter or who do not want to due to low milk prices are given subsidy to put it into private storage. Brussels is expected to unveil other measures on July 22nd. Fonterra's monthly online milk powder auction, Global Dairy Trade, is being made the scapegoat by producers who are suffering price decline because of the global recession, not because of the auction, the dairy cooperative says. The Business Herald reported criticism of global dairy trade from a number of Fonterra's international rivals who contend the auction has exacerbated falls in international milk powder prices and provoked protectionist policies in the European Union and the United States. The New Zealand Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry contended Fonterra's global dairy trade was hardly significant enough to cause an overall price movement. The ministry attributed the decline in international prices to several factors, including increased domestic milk production in Asia, the EU and US as a response to formerly high world prices. A South Australian federal Liberal MP says the state's dairy farmers should be helped in the same way banks were last year. The member for Mayo, Jamie Briggs, says he has been approached by many dairy farmers who say they cannot cope with record low prices. He said the prices are forcing them to sell their milk well below production cost. Mr. Briggs wants the federal government to address European Union and US trade subsidies at an international level. He says the Agricultural Minister, Tony Burke, needs to consider giving the farmers assistance. Last year, in October, when the world economic system was on the brink of collapse, the Australian government stepped in and gave a guarantee to all major banks. Briggs is urging to do a similar thing for the dairy industry. Chinese dairy farmers in the home province of the bankrupt Sunlu Group, which was at the center of a tainted milk scandal, have just got over the incident and are bracing themselves for a market boom. The county government has provided dairy farmers with 40 million yuan in subsidies and low-interest loans worth 60 million yuan to help them withstand the difficult time after the melamine scandal broke out in September last year. The tainted milk scandal has taken its toll on the dairy industry, resulting in a sluggish market, excess raw milk in stock and low purchasing prices. Nationwide, in response to the melamine crisis, the Ministry of Agriculture found 3,908 of the country's total 20,393 milk collection stations defective and shut them down. The Farmers' Union of Wales has welcomed a package of Welsh Assembly government measures to help the Welsh dairy industry following the recent collapse of Dairy Farmers of Britain. Rural Affairs Minister Elin Jones announced that she could exercise exceptional measures of flexibility within the EU rules. As a result, Welsh dairy producers who did not receive payment for milk supplied to Dairy Farmers of Britain in May will receive a 70% advance on the payment they would normally be paid from December. Mrs. Jones also announced the Assembly had joined forces with Dairy Co, the National Levy Board for the dairy industry, to jointly fund a new high-level coordinator post to work on behalf of dairy farmers in Wales. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com Dairy News. See you next time.